Peace, power to the people, power to our people, respect our people. It's your brother Infame. We're gonna do this interview slash introduction. We actually got our first international member today, and I wanted him to speak with us, talk with us, ask us some general questions, or ask me some general questions, and tell us why he joined. And then I wanted you guys to actually see how fast we're moving and growing, and how many people are actually coming on board. Especially with Trump being president, we get a little bit more fire lit up under us to actually start doing something. The brother's name is Frank Martin. He's from the UK. And go ahead and introduce yourself, Frank.
That's right. Hi, my people, my Facebook family, a Shay. Peace and love to everybody. How y'all doing? How you doing, Mafami? You alright?
I'm always good, brother. Every day you wakes up is a good day. So
That's right.
people tend to ask me a lot in the plan, some general questions and some stuff they want to know. Is there anything that you had that you wanted to ask questions publicly that you even asked privately, or anything that you wanted to just ask so people could understand it the way that you understand it after we talk?
That's right. Well, yeah, of course I wanted to, share my thoughts. I don't really have too much objections of the whole plan. Once you've presented it, you've been very transparent. But it's all about these numbers, and I completely support that. I want to bring my support as my number to stand apart is to make my voice heard with the carnation, Um, but how quick do you think that it can grow, or do you think that politically we have a better chance of it growing quicker?
I think it can grow as fast as people really want to make it happen, because with such a small number of only 1,500 people, and that's globally. So whenever we hit 1,500 people, we have our optimal number to start implementing a lot more plans massively over the next 25 months. So that 25 months starts whenever we have the total number of 1,500. But the good thing is we're not trying to get 1,500 in one location or 1,500 in here and there. We're literally just trying to get smaller groups around the world. 100 people in the UK, 100 people in Birmingham, 100 people in New Orleans, 100 people throughout other various large cities and different countries. And then we literally can pull our funds, pull our resources to follow the plan and go develop these manufacturing hubs in an inviting country in Africa and where we're currently at. So those little communities of 100 house communities that we have, they never have to leave there. We never have to give them up because it's a part of the nation. So even if you had a house in one of the communities and went to go relocate to whatever country invites us in, somebody else is going to need to take your spot in that house from the nation. There's always going to be more people coming in, and it'll grow as fast as people come in and realize that we're really trying to do this and trying to do it soon. We're not trying to do it in 5 years. We're literally trying to be done doing it in 25 months. So we're trying to literally say we tried, we got as many people as we can in 25 months. And in 25 months, whatever that number is, even if it's not 1,500, we are going to start implementing those things step by step by step. And that's where a lot of people fail. They create a plan that doesn't have any actionable flexibility. They can't change it. They can't move it. They can't do anything if it's not exactly to how they planned it. This plan was designed around that. People are fluid. People have jobs. People have lives. People commit and uncommit. People are fickle. With that, it doesn't matter if we got 10 people to start building a nation or if it's 500 people. As long as those 10 people unite and start working together, that's the start to getting more people to actually doing something as a unit, because that's what we're trying to do, is literally just create a coalition that unites everybody and brings them together under one banner so we can do it together. And I really appreciate you coming on board. I appreciate you joining us. And I appreciate the fact that a lot of people seen us do the video in Belize and they see the business that we're trying to do. But now people can actually see that we have our first member that's actually in the UK. I have other people that have inquired but haven't actually joined, and he actually took the initiative to be the first member from the UK. So now we're going to see products, we're going to see placement, we're going to see business start to grow, and then we'll actually have a contact that's showing you guys. And I'm not going to be the only one making videos about it. He'll be making them on his end because he actually wants to be a leader in the community. And we're going to make that happen because we have the opportunity, we have the placement. Now we just go out and do what we need to do, and that's how we make it happen.
That's correct. Just like how you said. And I, I appreciate you giving me this opportunity, but I'm quite honored of being the first COD Nation member in the UK. So I will not take that lightly, and honor that position. It's great to have something that would actually benefit me in the long run. That's how I look at it. Don't you think?
And it's where people come together where we get the most benefits. You know what I mean? When people see that we're not just doing this for ourselves, we're not doing this for selfish reasons. We're literally being selfless and trying to build communities around the globe so that we have one specific community that we're building and growing on in one location. And it doesn't matter if it's like I tell everybody from every once in a while, if it's an island that we get right around Africa, or if it's a state that we establish, or even a smaller city that we establish in a country that wants us to come and set up these manufacturing jobs and these business trade platforms. We don't have anything from a lot of these places. So we can go and develop them, build them, grow them. And we literally have an untapped market because we are literally creating our own market. We're creating our
Right.
own businesses. We're creating our own trade lines. We're creating our own. Me and Frank were already talking about what we can establish for him between the nation and himself, and that just took one day. So now we'll have Carnation memorabilia, we'll have clothes and stuff that you can actually purchase in the UK, and boom, that didn't take anything but one conversation, and now it takes the implementation of one of the other nation businesses to make the manufactured products and then ship them over there. And boom, now you have an international trade business, and you have an international platform to get some of your stuff over there. And now you guys have options because if somebody's over there actively trying to support the businesses we have, you guys all may have a product or service or something that you want to be international. And as soon as we get it placed in a store or business or whatever, and he helps you do that, you're an international business now. So we're literally growing overnight. And I just want people to see the progress. I'm going to keep this video under 10 minutes so you guys can see what we're doing. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to meet the brother. I want you guys to actually see, because a lot of the stuff that I do, I don't put everything on video, but I do want you guys to see some of the progress so that you guys actively can see real movement, real growth, and real transparency in how we're trying to make these things happen. And then there's going to be a lot more to come. And if anybody has any questions, it's in the chat room. I can see the questions. So if you want to ask any questions, or if Frank wants to ask me a question, nothing really stumps me anymore. So any question, no question is a silly or stupid question. Only the question that's stupid is the one you don't ask. So if anybody has anything before I hop off, we got about 3 minutes. Frank, were there any questions that you might have, or any statements that you wanted to make, or anything you wanted to ask in general?
Yeah, got a few things. I didn't want to cut you off. This is your world.
No,
But
this is our world.
it's our world. That's right. Correct me if I'm wrong. But even with the the materials, the Card Nation uh, T-shirts and memorabilia. So how long do you think until that's running, or until that's available, or is it available?
We already actually have the manufacturing hub, which is the pop movement that we do. So we can manufacture a lot of the memorabilia on site, but I haven't actually loaded it to a website so people can just see like a emporium of what we have available, because I want them to all basically come up one at a time. So the shirts,
Right.
we're going to basically do shirts, commemorative books, and then we're going to do plaques that are basically It's hard to explain because I don't have one right here. Actually, I do have one. They're plaques that are books that have been bronze with one section open in the book. And the book can be made to say whatever you want. It could be the flag of the nation. It could be our moral code. And a lot of people ask us what the moral code is. The moral code is real simple. Treat your brother how you want to be treated. Don't rob from your brother. Don't steal from your brother. Don't kill. And treat people in your neighborhood like family. And that's really the only moral code we need to survive. Everything else is just common sense. So when we come out with these things, we'll release them there, and then people can buy them instead of just donating or supporting that way. And people can actually start purchasing things that will go directly to the movement 100%. And nothing's really for profit unless we're buying it from somebody that has to pay for it. Then we have to cover the expense of that item, and that's what it is.
That's absolutely brilliant. I know that my folks over here in the UK, we love all the material that comes out of the states. All the different styles and everything. So hopefully we all could just make a big response, and hopefully, don't you think that it would be nice to even have like a place where we're making the material even abroad over here as well, like in London somewhere? Not, probably not in London, but outside London or somewhere.
Yeah, London's a little expensive, but but
Oh, not a little bit, a lot.
yeah, it's the most expensive place to live in the world, man. But yeah, and I mean that's something me and you can set up once we get more members and more people that have the access to do that. And those are the things that I want to see people. This is what I want people to see is the progression of what leaders and nation builders are doing. They think of ways to dynamically change or add value to the nation, and then we go out and do it. So when people see you asking realistic questions like how can we manufacture that here so we can have it here, people see why it's important to have more members like you because you're serious. You literally are saying how can we get that manufactured here, and we can set that up so that you guys actually have jobs there provided by manufacturing the memorabilia and the different accessories and stuff for the nation, and then we just make it happen. That's it.
That's right. Um, and one more thing, in the nation, can we all basically do you think that it's that a lot of us have common sense, or is it do we just react from heart or what? Because like we try and do right, we are good people, but uniting, we've been fighting against uniting for a long time, and hopefully I'm living proof of bridging that gap right now. What do you think on that?
I think that we have been put in a position for so long to fight, to struggle, that we
Yeah,
fight amongst one another. And the reason why we do that is because we are struggling. So when you're struggling, it's not saying that you're necessarily going to be the right or the best version of yourself, but it does determine if you feel like you need something to survive, what you might do for survival. And what we need to change is people feeling like they're struggling. And that's why this is about economic growth, because once you can alleviate the struggle and put people in positions of power, you can see the best version or the worst version of themselves. But you can at least see them from a point where they're not struggling. And that's the main thing is we want to stop people from struggling so that they can be the best or the worst version of themselves. But with that moral code, all you have to do is treat your brother the way you want to be treated. Don't steal from your brother. Don't kill from your brother. Make amends when you wrong your brother, and treat people in your neighborhood like family. That's it. And the neighborhoods we're making ourselves, so everybody we make the neighborhood with will be family. And I got a question from Keith Shavers, and I hope I'm saying the last name right. It could be Schaefer's. Um, can you send some pamphlets and press out some for the brothers and sisters? I will actually make you a pamphlet today. I don't have one currently that I hand out. I normally just talk to people and tell them what we're doing. But I will make you a pamphlet so you can print out and just have a one sheet for them. I don't normally send out information. What I do is it's kind of a trick and kind of a gimmick, the only one I got. Our plan is on the GoFundMe link. So what I do is I tell people to go to the GoFundMe link and just donate at the GoFundMe link. And it lets me know who's serious and who's not, because when they get to the GoFundMe link, the whole point is the plan is there. So if they don't have any intention, or if I say, hey, did you go to the GoFundMe link, they think I'm asking them for money, when realistically I'm saying the plan is there, read it. And if you like it, donate. If you don't. But at least I know you went to it, because you'll say, yeah, I read the plan or whatever. And that's what I tell people to do, is just go to the GoFundMe link. That way I kill two birds with one stone. They could either financially support us, or they can see the plan. Once you go to the link, you don't have to pay anything to see the plan. It's right there on the first page, but it lets people know if they're real or if they're not. A lot of people find us mostly through the videos that I make on Facebook. I'm actually in a small town in Alabama, right outside of Birmingham, about 30 minutes. So it's not like I'm sitting here every day talking to people, but when I do go out on the weekends, I travel a lot to New Orleans, to Mississippi, to Atlanta, to Birmingham, and I try and meet as many people as I can. And I do it the old fashioned way. I shake somebody's hand, I tell them what I'm doing. I hand them one of my cards, and I'll show you guys my card. It literally doesn't say anything but the combination, and it says I'm the chief. And then people kind of want to ask questions, but it literally helps you pretty much do whatever you need to do. And that's it. I just start a conversation with somebody and ask them what they think, and then kind of judge where they are. And that's how the movement grows. And that's what everybody should be doing. You should be happy to tell people what you're doing. You should also be happy to tell people how you feel about what you're doing. And then let them know that this really exists. Like, people are really actively doing this every day. There's no stopping. There's no, I have to go to work tomorrow. Like, this is all I do all day long. So, Frank, you got any more questions before we cut off today?
So I guess the people would like to know, how do you fund to do this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without having to work for anybody else?
That's actually, you're the first person that's asked me that, believe it or not. How I do this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week is, one, we have in the plan 20 allotments in the fund to fund 20 members to actually work for the organization full time. I mean, until we hit our member goal, what I do is I find businesses that are within the network, and I find ways to profit by helping those businesses make money. So it could just be, I'm helping you sell t-shirts, or I'm giving you advertisement, or I'm using this platform to highlight what you're doing in your side of the country. And then from there, most people compensate me because it's fair exchange isn't robbery. And we tend to want to compensate people that do work for free, but then we forget that the people that are trying to help us for free also need to be compensated. And that's why we try, and I don't take anything free from anybody. So if you were going to send me some products or a service, even if I got to give you $1, I'm going to pay for it. I'm not going to take anything from you for free, because if we're not exchanging economics, we're not exchanging money, then we're not really an economic platform. And we have to make that seen and heard to people. If I'm talking about your car lot and you sell a car because somebody talked about it, then you should be able open heartedly to compensate me for helping you do your job or helping you with your business. And being transparent about that up front lets people see where you're doing and how you're doing it.
Yeah, that's absolutely perfect. Um, exactly that. What more can the people want, really, than just open and honesty? Um, yeah, that's a good structure. So everything is quite sustainable in itself
Right. If you
at the
build
moment.
the network sustains itself. You know what I mean? If for instance, one member may sell houses, the other one may sell cars, the other one may do tax insurance, the other one may do haircuts. Those aren't services that compete with each other. So all I have to do is, when I find somebody that wants one of those services, or that wants something relative to one of those services, I send them to those people, and those people then compensate me just like they should, just like if I was a salesperson working for them. But the compensation that I take, for everybody that has to know, the compensation is normally a $40 donation. So if somebody wants to compensate me for what I'm doing, even if they make hundreds of thousands of dollars, just the bare minimum, I say, hey, give me whatever you feel is fair, but minimum, just make a $40 donation, like a membership. and that's it. So, it only takes me helping so many people to get compensated that way, but they literally fund and do what we're doing now. So when you are wondering if people are serious about building a nation, well, you're seeing people be serious because you're seeing me build a nation because people are building it with me. And that's how we go forward.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's it. That was actually a good question, man. Nobody's ever asked me that, believe it or not. So, um, if you guys have any more or anything else you want to ask, I'm gonna log off and I'm gonna start sharing this video. And I want you guys to, I share all the videos myself a lot, and some of you guys start sharing them more recently than not. But share some of the videos, and that way people can know exactly who we are, what we're doing, how it works, how the program works. And there's videos for almost everything I'm doing, so people don't have to take your word for it. They can literally just go watch it and see everything we're building, and then we can go from there. I appreciate you, Brother Franks. Thank you for joining. And in the next weeks to come, you guys are going to literally see people from the UK getting involved and making movements and making things happen the same way I'm doing it here. And then we can make that happen as a unit.
Exactly that. That's absolutely perfect. We'll be expecting to see a lot more of you over here with our networks in the UK, and hopefully we can just get everything right in line, and then at least you'll be in, what is that, 2, 3 different
With you, that makes three
timelines for
different countries.
yourself.
That'd be three different countries, and we actually have a brother that's gonna be should be joining from Ghana, so that'll be the fourth country right there. And then we have a couple. We actually have a member that lives in Thailand, but he's not from Thailand, so I don't really count that as thing. He's from here, but he's visiting over there, and he joined while he was over there. But so right now we're global, but I want people to actually see the results, see the progress, and then go from there.
And I want other people to stop being so shy and start asking some more questions. Um,
A lot of the people too that watch the videos are like regular watchers, regular listeners, regular viewers. So they know just about as much as I've said from the beginning. So a lot of them don't have a ton of questions because they're actually members. So and the good thing is seeing members that want to see more progression and actually see what we're doing from a day-to-day basis, and I appreciate that. I appreciate people spending their time and viewing what we're doing because it lets me know that they're serious. And then we can go from there.
Most definitely, brother. Before me, that is absolutely brilliant. I can't knock you. It takes a lot of courage standing up and doing what you do, and I hope a lot of other people appreciate what you're doing, just like how much I appreciate how much you're doing as well. I just see a heart flow over the screen.
That's actually our executive international director, Earl Beckett, the brother that actually sets up everything for us in Belize. And he probably, if we go to UK, he'll definitely go to the UK. He travels like crazy, and that's for one that actually gets a lot of stuff done for us. So respect to one of our elders and our brothers in the community. Thank you for logging in. And if nobody else has any more questions, I want to keep it as short as I can so I can share it and people actually want to watch it. So if nobody else has any questions, I want to thank Brother Frank for coming online, talking to you guys. And you're actually going to start seeing videos from him when he starts making some of the stuff. There's a lot of Black Power movements and unity movements that happen in the UK. And because we don't really get cross media coverage from the UK, we don't know about them. But I'm going to start sharing a lot of the stuff that he starts going to and starts videotaping so you guys can see it. So I'm going to say, power to the people, power to our people, respect our people. And the Ka Nation is going, is rising. And I respect all you guys for tuning in, and thank you. Appreciate you, Brother Frank. Thank you for calling in. And I know we got a big time difference, so I appreciate your evening.
It's no problem. Anything for us. Our Facebook family, all of your fans and everybody, much love to everybody. Hope everyone has a great evening from Belize to Cali to East Coast to West,
Yeah, we're
whatever.
not in the evening yet here. You're in the evening because it's so late. It's still 2 in the afternoon here, so 3 o'clock now. But yeah, we still got
Yeah,
ways to go. Evening time ain't even hit yet.
man, it's almost 9:30. It is. So.
I appreciate you for calling in, brother. I know it's late, so I I'll let you get back to it. And then if anybody else has any questions or want to link up with the brother, I actually tagged him in the video so you guys can ask some questions. Or if you have any businesses, if somebody else is in the nation, you don't always have to go through me to contact them. Just let them know you're in the nation, and then, try and do business or try and link up and ask questions. You guys, like I said, treat the people in your neighborhood like your family. That's a part of the moral code. So I respect everybody that
That's right.
tuned
We
in.
don't fight.
No fight. I fight all the time with my family. It's just at the end of the day, you got to know it's love and respect, and that's what gets us over the hump is love and respect, man. So, but I appreciate everybody, and I'll log off now, and we'll get everything going. So y'all have a good evening.